Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our class of LA328 of Reading Methodology. Our group members are myself, Selver, and Ruthanna Williams. Today we will be presenting reading comprehension and nursery rhymes. I will now turn over our presentation to my other group member, Miss Ruthanna Williams, who will be explaining this beautiful display.
Good afternoon. This display focuses on various components as it relates to teaching comprehension to a second grade class. Included are a number of materials that cater to the various learning styles of each student by the use of nursery rhymes, Humpty Dumpty, Old Mother Hubbard, and Old Woman in a Shoe. When students hear nursery rhymes, they hear the sound that individual letters make and learn how to put these sounds together to make words. In nursery rhymes, children hear new words that they would not normally hear in everyday language, like cat in the fiddle and hey diddle diddle cat in the fiddle. They also hear short and easy to repeat and usually are the first sentence that a child would write. Rhyme is important in developing phonemic or hearing awareness in children. They are used to assist students in areas such as language development. As students recite rhymes and songs, they are learning new vocabulary and learn how to articulate, modulate their voices, and enunciate clearly. And reading skill. Assist students in fluency and sequency. That is, having the ability to decode words clearly and read with meaning. Through reading skills, students are encouraged to imitate their knowledge of directional motion, that is, reading from left to right, and gain practice with sequencing the events that occur in a story. Overall, using nursery rhymes and songs with students engage them in social routines that encourage turn-taking skills, fundamental skills, which are critical for the development of conversation. It fosters responsiveness through repetition that assists students with learning how to anticipate what's coming next. Students are able to respond to rhyme and tone before they understand language. But both have a common foundation of tone patterns, stress, and rhyme. The words used in nursery rhymes and songs help a student to develop language comprehension as they learn to associate keywords with individuals, objects, and events in their daily lives. I'll now turn over to back over to my group member, Julie Selver, who's going to show you a PowerPoint presentation.
Hey! Welcome over here to our PowerPoint presentation. In the world of nursery rhymes, as we mentioned, our group name and course that we're doing. And here is a little image of a baby getting ready to read a nursery rhymes. And she's reading about rain, rain, go, rain, rain. I mean, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Here are our objectives. Throughout this presentation, students should be able to understand of word recognition strategies using nursery rhymes by the use of these three videos, which will be Humpty Dumpty, Old Mother Hubbard, and Old Woman in a Shoe.
Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty.
So while we're watching this video, you're noticing that they have captions to the bottom where students can read while singing along with the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty. Feel free to sing along if you choose to.
Humpty Dumpty, sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Humpty Dumpty, 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 Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Learned from the fall. Humpty Dumpty hated the wall. All the king's men and all the children were not allowed to climb the wall again. Humpty Dumpty, 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 Humpty Dumpty. Hi kids! Hope you like the video. Subscribe for more videos.
Okay, so during that video we just saw Humpty Dumpty. The lesson that was taught is that because he made a mistake by going on this big wall and he fell, and because he got badly hurt, he made a rule where, okay, to protect others from getting hurt, I will make a rule that nobody is allowed to climb the wall. And also they had the words to the bottom going across, which will help students with reading comprehension skills with the basic rhyming words, because we all know that children like to create their own words. So the rhyming words in this song was Humpty to the Dumpty. And we're going to be looking at our next video, which will be Old Mother Hubbard, aka Mrs. Hubbard.
Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to give her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to give her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none.
Now that you know the rhyme, let's sing along.
Okay, let's sing along. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. Let's go again. Bum 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 bum. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. What have we learned about the lesson with Old Mother Hubbard is that as we grow up and being responsible, right? She should have noticed that she didn't have any more food for the dog. So when she sees that she was running out of food for the dog, what do you think she should have done?
Buy what?
Say it.
Buy the dog some food?
Yeah, she should have bought the dog some food. So the dog didn't have any food, so how do you think the dog felt? When Miss Hubbard went to the cupboard and she noticed that there wasn't any food there, how did you think the dog feel?
Bad.
The dog felt bad. And what were some of the rhyming words that we used throughout Old Mother Hubbard?
And the
What?
cupboard.
So what rhymes with cupboard?
Hubbard.
Hubbard. When she got there, what rhymed with the word there?
There.
And so the poor dog had
None.
none. You see, this is a testimony to show that nursery rhymes help with reading comprehension skills. And our last video that we will be looking at will be the old woman in a shoe. So, what do you think this means? Old woman in a shoe. Can someone live in a shoe?
No.
No. Why?
Because the shoe is too small and you wouldn't be able to live inside it because the shoe has a top and you can't put no beds inside it.
You can't put no beds inside of it. So you think this is real or this is imaginary?
Fake.
Okay, so this, the word you used was fake. So this is a fake imaginary story, right? So what do you think happened in this story? Old woman in a shoe. Let's find out.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then scolded them soundly and sent them to bed. She gave them some broth without any bread, then scolded them soundly and sent them to bed.
Lights.
Okay, so what do we learn about the old woman in the shoe? What does she have?
Too much children.
Too much of children. That she didn't know what to.
Do.
She gave them some
broth,
without any,
bread,
and then scold them all soundly and send them
bed.
to bed. So what do you think happened after after they went to bed?
They wake up and start playing again.
So what happened to you? They wake up and start playing again. So during that video, right? You notice the only food she had to give them was what?
Broth.
Was broth. So you think she can have food for them for tomorrow?
No.
No. So how do you think that making her feel?
Bread.
Bad. So you think that's why she was old, because of stress?
Yes.
What would you do if that was you?
Sell half of them.
You sell half of your children or you give them up for adoption?
Give them off adoption.
And what does adoption mean? Giving them up for adoption?
I don't know.
You don't know? Think about it.
Don't sell your children.
Okay. Giving up for adoption means because you cannot, it's not that you don't want to keep your kids, but because you know you cannot provide for them, which is to give them food, clothing, and shelter, which is the basic essentials that we need throughout life to help us. You would give them up to adoption to a family that you know can help raise the child better, because financially you can't do it by yourself. Right? So, the old woman in the shoe is teaching us how life struggles are. Right? So if you can help somebody, you turn around and help them. So let's remember some of our nursery rhymes that we had throughout the video. Woman who lives in a shoe. What rhyme with shoe?
Two.
They say two. Two is a word, but not their word for the thing. But you can use two, shoe, and
Wait.
she didn't know what to.
Do.
So shoe and
Do.
she gave them some
Broth.
without any
Bread.
whoop, and scold them off.
children.
soundly and send them to.
Bread.
So what rhyme with bread?
Soundly.
No. Bread and
You give me bed.
bed. Bread and bed rhyme. Okay? So, to conclude our presentation, as a result, Humpty Dumpty, Old Mother Hubbard, and A Woman in a Shoe are three of the most popular Mother Goose nursery rhymes. These rhymes help students to develop a phonemic awareness, language comprehension, and reading as they learn to associate keywords with individual objects and events in their daily lives. And the end. Over here, Ms. Hubbard, we also have some activities for the students.
All right.
We have
Do you want them to participate?
Okay, take a look at it if they want to.
activities to them.
Okay.
Activities.
Then we have bingo. Right? We have bingo from Humpty Dumpty, Old Mother Hubbard, and the old lady in the shoe, right? Basically, you'll call words and kids will put like little objects, pointers on it so they can, counters. This also have like basic sight words, which are also rhyming words. It helps to build up their rhyming vocabulary. And down here, we have like, what do you think will happen next? So testing the children imaginative.
And then you make
skills.
and then you will make those.
Yeah, then we make those. Testing the children's imaginative skills to think of how they predict what will happen next. And if Ms. Ruthanna has any further addition to what I just said.
Okay, here we have some manipulatives, like for the kinesthetic learners, those who learn by doing. We have some puppets for Humpty Dumpty. This particular one is a finger puppet, where they would put their finger in between and basically walk with the puppet as they're saying the nursery rhyme. We also have puppets that they made from eggs, Humpty Dumpty puppets. And we also have some worksheets. In this worksheet, they're going to complete the missing word. So some words are left out. They're going to complete the missing word in this one. In this one, they'll connect the dots to make up Humpty Dumpty on the wall. And in this one has a word search puzzle, also some basic sight words that they will look around in the puzzle and circle the words when they identify them.
Okay, so next we move over to Old Mother Hubbard. Here we have some puppet dogs. Because we're still, catering to all learning styles, auditory, kinesthetic, and visual. So they can come up with their own creative way of the dog, or name their dogs, and yes, name the dog to go with Old Mother Hubbard, right? And some of our activities that we have, here is a little booklet that goes along with the story of Old Mother Hubbard. And I had cut it out here. It says, Old Mother Hubbard book by, and the students can put their name. And it says the poem, Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard. And now they can start using the basic characters within the story, which was mother, and then they can learn how to spell and write the word mother. Cupboard, they have a visual of what a cupboard looks like, connecting it with how to write the word cupboard and spelling it all together. So they're learning more than comprehension skills, but phonemic awareness skills as well as grammar. And this is a dog, and so on and so forth till they reach the end of their little booklet. Next we have like basic fill in the blanks, which will build more on their vocabulary on what they learned throughout the poem. So they will have to know the poem in order to put in the words. And then we have crossword puzzles, which are also good for spelling as well. We have unscrambling, which tests their higher thinking skills because they have to know which word comes first. And then they have to unscramble it first and then write the sentence. And here is an imaginative story where they would have to put in the characters, the setting of the story, or the poem, and plot what happens next. So these are all good activities which will help the students with their reading comprehension skills. Then Miss Williams is going to end off with the old woman in the shoe.
And finally, we have Old Woman in the Shoe. We have the manipulative of the shoe that was created. Old Mother Hubbard is inside of the shoe, and she has her children also along with her inside and outside of the shoe. For our worksheets, we have a handout of the Old Woman in the Shoe where they can read, and they can constantly read, which will help with their fluency, and they can also color the picture when they're finished reading, which would help with their artistic skills. And then we have character description and illustrations. So we have the different characters within the nursery rhyme, and this can help them with describing the character, which is also a part of grammar. For adjectives, they would describe the character, and they can also draw a picture of the character inside of this box when they're finished. For this part, they can use this for maths counting in 20s. They can connect the dots counting in 20s, and then they can color the shoe as well afterwards. So this can be a part of integration across the board. In this particular one, they can use a string, and they would string up the shoe with the holes. They cut out the holes and string up the shoe to make the Old Mother Hubbard shoe. This is also a maths paper, which is asking them various questions, or one question about addition. How many children do they think was inside of the shoe? Or how many children were wearing particular colors? So this will also help with color coordination.
That ends our presentation, guys. So
Thank you for listening.
you have enjoyed it and learned a lot, Clap, 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 clap. Yeah, I hope you had fun watching our video. And please subscribe to us, if you want to know more about reading comprehension skills and other ways we can go about making sure that our children are excellent readers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent presentation.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure our audience learned a lot. It was very insightful, and I love the different activities that you included to also help the children with their hands-on learning. Well done, ladies.
So we got here, right?
We'll discuss that later.
All right, thank you.